ZHIYUN spotlight attachment for the ZY mount. I got the 36 degree. You can also get the 50 degree, or I think it's around 50 degrees. You get a nice little packet of gobo frames. I don't think these are standard gobo sizes. Yeah, they're quite small, so this might be specific to their spotlight here. Whenever I wanted spotlights, I would have to get a Source 4, and those are huge and heavy. And this was back in the day. People still use Source 4s, and Source 4s have now the LEDs and all that stuff. And ever since these projector lenses have been becoming really popular, it's becoming smaller and smaller and smaller, and more compact, lightweight, easier to travel with. And here you go. I don't know if they discontinued this yet, but this is the Mollus G60. I like this one because of the cube design. It's so small. And even with the power adapter here, this is one of the lightweight, smaller footprint lights that you can get, or you could have gotten. Maybe they sell these used. And the only thing about this setup that I can already tell might be an issue is that the way you mount this on a stand is with this 1/4-20 right there. That's the only way. They don't have a better mounting system. That's their mounting system. Because when this was designed, I don't think it was intended to have a projector attached to it. So you just put it like this. Yeah, so this is a plastic. It's all plastic, or at least the outside feels plastic. And that's maybe good, although projector lights get really, really hot. So let me plug this in, start it up. This is first without any gobos in there. Just want to see how bright the light is. And there you go. This is on only 34%. Let's go to 5,000. And then that is already bright. Let me dim it all the way down. 5%, and it's blown out. That's great. So let me hold it up more so you can see the circle pattern. And let me blast it. Let me see how hot it gets. Oh, look at that perfect circle. Okay, so now this is at 100%. That is completely blown out. It is very bright. Very, very bright. That projector is awesome. Let me dim this up. And the difference between the degrees of the projector is, I believe the lower the number, the more wider it can be in a smaller room. So if you're in a small room and there's not a lot of distance between what you want to spotlight or throw in the background, you want to get the 36 or wider if it's available. And if you're really far away and you need to throw light from a distance, that's where you need a higher degree of the projector. So you want to get like a 50 or more. Let's see, what's a good gobo? Oh, a heart. That's cute. Let's throw this in. And then it looks like you just place it here. Ooh, it's magnetized. This is a magnet. I did not realize that. Yeah, this is to focus. So let's focus that heart shape to make it more apparent. Yep. Focusing it. Wonder if it'll screw all the way off. Wouldn't want that to happen. Oh, there you go. There's the heart. I just got back from using this setup on a shoot, and I did encounter 3 issues with this specific configuration. The first issue is just transporting this, since the projector lens here did not come with its own case. And there's no caps to protect the lens elements. I did run into a problem of how do I just even transport this without damaging the lens. So I ended up just having one of these lens pouches from Think Tank that I've already owned, and it seemed to fit fine in here to cover it up, and it protected it. And I think that's what I'm going to roll with for this moving forward, is just keep it in this pouch. And then the second issue I encountered with this specific setup is The 60 watt light here, the Mollus G60, I mentioned this earlier, but the only way this could mount on a stand is with this 1/4 thread down here. And you can see the 1/4 thread is on this one bar, and the bar, you can pivot it with this tiny screw right here that does not lock into every single position. So what ended up happening on my shoot was I was using this for a hair light. And as you can see here, all of the weight of this, it doesn't weigh that much, but all of this weight is right on this knob here. So I couldn't position this exactly the way I wanted to position it without it slightly moving. And it became a little bit of a hassle. And I wish there was another 1/4 in here that made it more stable. And I still like how compact this is. And this is definitely something I'm going to travel on airplanes with. But just the mounting situation, it does not help very much. And the final thing I realized using this is I had probably less than an hour using this as a backlight. And I had it on 100%. And this was so hot to the touch that I almost burned myself. It's dangerously hot. So I needed to have gloves to touch the projector lens element. The light was warm, but it wouldn't burn me. When I touched this accidentally, it reminded me of when I had those tungsten lights, and you shouldn't touch them because you would literally burn yourself. I felt like it was close to burning myself on this, even though this is a plastic. It got about as hot as plastic can get, where it could potentially burn you. So I can just imagine if I left this on for a much longer shoot, or maybe even all day, this might even melt. I don't know how reliable, or I don't know how safe this projector lens is to the heat, but that's something you should really be worried about. If you use this for a long interview, or you're using this all day, wear gloves when you handle this because it gets way, way, way too hot.